Hey, perfect spirit. I'm Sam Shelley, and they call me the Miracle Man. Now, let's create that miracle, that transformation in your life right here, right now. No time to delay. So, all this stuff that's blocking the miracle, the transformation, is the head trash. That's all the stress, the worry, the anxiety, the fears, the beliefs, the not good enoughs. All that stuff just needs to go and realize that we are perfect spirit. So today I want to talk about, truth versus fear. What we perceive to be true through our eyes may be a relative truth. And the fear that we're experiencing may be a false fear. We have to see with fear, is their life really in danger? Or is it a perceived threat, maybe from your own mind overthinking, or from others giving you their projections, their programming, their head trash. Because a lot of people are trying to force us to do certain things right now. And we have to really inquire, does the data warrant this action for myself? This is where to see, what's the fear, and the relative truth is up here. It's true from your perspective. But the truth, I think, is best to explain through the Tao. What they said in the Tao, the ancient Chinese text, was the Tao that can be spoken is not the Tao, or the truth that can be spoken is not the great truth. The great truth is within us. That's the perfect spirit. It's that thing that never changes, the soul, the consciousness, the spirit, the energy. This is the constant. It never changes. So this is the absolute truth, that all is well in this moment. And we're just having a current experience. Like, what are we experiencing in this moment in time? But we always take these inner dialogue as the absolute truth, and that isn't the case. Because what I'm seeing as true, somebody sitting right next to me or standing right next to me would see a different truth, and the person on this side would see a different truth. So if everyone's seeing different truths, then why are we accepting that as truth? And that comes across as fear as well. I'm afraid of this. The person over here isn't afraid of it. The person isn't over here isn't afraid of it. So is that fear true? Probably not. It's based on our own projection, our own bias. If all three people, if there's two other people standing here, were in fear because maybe a gang was coming at your way, or some kind of activity was happening around you, like an earthquake, a fire, something where your life is definitely in danger, and all three people had the same observation, like, we need to get out of here, that is a true fear. But when you have, several people around you, and they're all giving you different projections on why they're afraid, then it's a relative fear. It's not the truth. So we just need to balance that. What is true? What is fake? What is the false information? And then we get hung up on data information as our truth. But once again, we are that can't be described. We are the energy that animates this body. So we just want to be mindful today to slow down and say, is this my truth? And why am I taking this as my truth? Is it coming from the thinking mind that's trying to perceive everything? And the thinking mind, unfortunately, has a bias to it. Just a bias to the mind. It's natural. It's there from our past experiences. It's like seeing the world through a colored lens. It's not 100% accurate. It's a little bit filtered. But we have to realize, when we act from the knower, this is pure truth. But yet it does have to be interpreted. So it does have to go through the mind. It's dependent upon how much head trash you have intact that will alter this information. We'll try to discount it in some way. But we have to realize that this inner whisper is the truth. Anything coming from the mind is usually a projection, the head trash, that is not the absolute truth. So today's all about stepping back, like it's normally is, stepping back and saying, are you acting from perfect spirit? Are you living as perfect spirit? Are you living your truth? Are you living someone else's truth, someone else's fear, someone else's projection? And just notice how you're feeling. If you're feeling really stressed, really anxious, really worried, it's just simply a reminder that you're not living from your heart, from your truth, because all those elements are perceived from the mind. So it's all about diving depths into the depths of our ocean of truth, and not believing all these stories that are not serving us. So I think that's my talk for today. It was just stepping back and seeing what is true for you may not be true for others. And same with the fear. If there's several people around you and they all have a different sense of fear, then it's not the real fear. But we have to be aware of the collective groupthink as well. Yeah, I see this is what's going on. Yeah, I see what's going on based on some story. Not like somebody actually coming at you, a fire, an earthquake, something, some kind of immediate. If it's imminent danger to your safety, then that's a thing. It's a potential thing to your safety. Like you got to do this so you don't get sick. You got to do this so you don't get sick. Well, why is that true? Spirit isn't telling you to do this or that, or you'll get sick. Spirit is telling you to do this or that to stay healthy. That's the difference too. The heart's always looking for your best interest. What can you do to be successful, to thrive, to be healthy? And the mind's usually in lack. How can I prevent getting sick? How can I prevent disease, cancer? As opposed to saying, how can I stay healthy? Are you going to hold on to your money with these money stories, these lacks, these stories with relationships? All the stuff that comes from here doesn't serve us. All right, well, that's my talk for today. Take good care of yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.